In this video, I want to share a few things that I harvested today in the garden. I picked some tomatoes, small tomatoes, and big tomatoes, a few peppers, and several beans. But I'm getting ahead of myself, so let's start at the beginning. Upon entering the kitchen garden, we are greeted by this lovely tunnel where I have my tomatoes growing in grow bags. These tomatoes have seen better days. They aren't in the best condition, probably because we're in midsummer and they've been getting attacked by pests. We've also been getting a lot of rain, so I think it's just time to do a reset in this area and maybe get some fall things planted. I'm thinking some squash, some winter squash. I think those would do really well in these grow bags. But in the meantime, we are still harvesting tomatoes. The tomatoes I am picking now are called orange Roussollini, and I did not like these ones too much. They had like a dark taste to them, and I prefer a lighter taste when I'm eating tomatoes. They did produce really well, but I like to grow for flavor, so I won't be doing these next year. I'll go for a different variety. I enjoy coming out to the garden at this time. I always feel like the birds are putting on a concert just for me. Hearing them brings me so much peace, especially in this moment when I'm having a really good time harvesting the fruits of my labor. And again, these tomatoes are called orange Roussollini, and if you like a dark, rich tomato flavor, these are perfect for you. Now I'm making my way over to my raised beds where I am growing more tomatoes. These two that I am picking now are a cherry tomato variety, and they are called Golden Nugget and Rose Quartz. Both produced really well, and these have that lighter taste that I like in my tomatoes. They taste really good, and they are perfect for sandwiches. They both were really heavy producers also. I kind of wish that I grew these tomatoes in the grow bags because I feel like they would have climbed the tunnel better than the other varieties that I have growing over there. So these ones are the rose quartz, and I like the color. I think I like this color versus the really cherry red tomatoes. What do y'all like? Do y'all like the like yellow, pinkish tomatoes, or do you like the traditional red? Let me know in the comments. Now we are moving on to some bigger tomatoes. These are called Homestead, and they are a beefsteak tomato. I love beefsteak tomatoes. The only con I have is that they take longer to ripen compared to the cherry tomatoes. Now it is pepper time. And I'm growing several different type of peppers, but only a few of them were ready to harvest today. This one is the Big Jim Jalapeno Pepper. And these peppers definitely live up to their namesake. This one was probably about 7 to 8 inches long. And I'm really proud of these banana peppers because I grew this same exact seed last year and I did not get any. None. This year is the total opposite. I think I picked like 5 from this one plant and it's still producing. So I'm really excited about that. However, when it comes to bell peppers, I struggle. I struggled last year and I'm struggling this year. Hopefully that one gets bigger. If it doesn't, I'm going to try a different variety next year. This pepper plant here has a lot of peppers on it, but they're not quite ready yet. This one is either an Aji pineapple or an Aji Fanasty. I can't remember exactly. The color and shape of this pepper really catches my eye. This is a Pequeno pepper. And these peppers look like they would be hot, but they are actually quite mild. My 9-year-old loves snacking on them. Bush beans are the last veggies to be harvested. In this space, I grew 3 different varieties: yellow wax, contender, and provider. All are very productive, and the yellow wax and contender I actually purchased from Dollar Tree for like 25 cents a packet. So every time I walk into Dollar Tree, I try to stock up because that's a really good price. I really enjoyed this moment because if you look closely, you can see the pollinators on the zinnias. Thank you for coming along and harvesting these goodies with me. It is definitely one of my favorite parts about gardening. Let me know in the comments what you are harvesting this summer, or if you are just starting out on your garden journey, what does your dream harvest look like? I would love to read about it. Thanks again and happy growing.